Hi, Samantha Riley here, and welcome to our little video here where I'm chatting with Kate Burr. Hi, how you going, Kate?
Hello, how are you? Good, thank you.
I am awesome. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk a little bit about your recent experiences with doing six-figure game plan, which I'm super excited to dive into. But before we do that, why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and the kinds of people that you work with?
All right, so I basically help, I do humour coaching, so I help speakers and presenters and thought leaders use more humour so that they can increase their fees and get remembered and get more bookings and stand up from the crowd, basically.
Nice. And where can we find you?
At kateburr.com.au.
Super easy to remember. Awesome. All right, so I'd love you to tell us a little bit about what was happening in your business before you signed up to do six-figure game plan. So it was only quite recently. It was only maybe about 10 weeks ago because you've only just finished.
Yes.
What was happening in your business at that time that made you kind of go, yeah, that's what I want. I'm going to do that?
Yeah, well, I've sort of been in business for about roughly 4 years now and consider myself quite educated in all things shiny object, I suppose. So I'm all over social media and sales funnels and online marketing and product launches and video marketing and personal branding and you name it. Like, I have studied a lot. And I felt like I was almost at the stage where I could probably run my own training on most of it because I was so well versed in it. The problem was that I wasn't getting really any real results from it though. And I was sort of at the point where I felt pretty stupid because I'd been in business for so long and I felt like I should be smashing it out of the park and I wasn't yet. And it was just getting really quite frustrating and a bit,
Yeah. A little bit stuck.
Yeah. And just like, I don't even know what to do. So maybe I should learn some more stuff, which meant learning more stuff meant implementing even less stuff and was just getting, nowhere quickly.
Yeah. Okay. So what was it that stood out to you and you went, that's what I need right now? Because obviously when you're at that point, a lot of people do sign up to, I'm going to do this Facebook ads course, or I'm going to do this, Google AdWords course or whatever it is. So what made this stand out to you above, learning more stuff?
I think probably that it was just so well defined of like six-figure game plan. And it was like, yep, that's what I need. So it wasn't like branding to boost your business or video marketing to increase leads or whatever. It was like a very, very clearly defined outcome. And I'm like, yep, let's give it a crack.
Okay.
And also, I've known you for a couple of years now and figured, you are just such a wealth of information that you would be the next person to go for.
Awesome. We have done some cool stuff together. I love working with you because you're right. All this stuff. So it's really fun working with you. Once you started going through the modules, what was it that started to change your way of thinking, or what started to change in your business once we started the course? Because you were getting results kind of only a couple of weeks in. You didn't, have to wait till the end of the course. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I think so, because it felt like you had a really good plan of what to do. And then I could just, rather than reading the maps, like imagine if you're driving somewhere, right? And if you have to read the maps and study where you're going and study the whatever versus getting on a tour bus and just getting taken where you need to go. So it was sort of like, I felt like I could give back control of the navigating to you. And then that left all of my time free to actually start implementing things. And because you've got such a good strategy of like where to go for what, like week by week, it was like, oh, I know how to do that. I'll just do that first, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do that. And the other cool thing about it was that because I knew that I had to do this bit first because the rest of it wouldn't work, I had to get that done before I got on to the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step.
I love that. I love that. I like the tour bus. That sounds kind of cool. I like being on a tour bus.
Yeah. So I felt like I didn't have to be quite as in control.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So we got to the end of the 8 weeks, and like I said, you've only just finished that quite recently.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in what we call the challenge week, the challenge month. So we're in the implementation phase, and it's so exciting. I'm loving watching what everyone's doing. What have been the changes since we finished the actual training modules, which everyone works through at the time? What's different about this month than has been different to all of the other months, apart from being on the tour bus?
Well, because I know, like, I've got such a more clear idea of the process that I have to do, like, and which steps need to happen when, I've been able to actually employ a VA and start outsourcing stuff.
That's what we like to hear.
Because in the past, I've never been able to take advantage of it, because it was always like, I'd get one and then I wouldn't have anything for them to do. And then I'd spend all my time working on what then to do. And then I didn't get anything done for myself. But now I know exactly what needs to be done. It's like, right, can you do this, this, and this while I do this? And then I pass the next step off and go, right, this is the next step. And then I do this. And so not that I'm got any extra free time at the moment, but I'm just making progress so much faster. And it just feels good, because it's like, the wheels are spinning, but now we're going somewhere.
Yes, that's so awesome. So awesome. And you brought up a really good point there. And I did want to touch on that, because a lot of people talk about, you get a VA and you free up all this time. You do down the track, but what's the difference now in sort of the tasks that you're getting to do? So you're freeing up your time. So what are you doing differently in your business now that the VA is doing their stuff?
Yeah, so I'm all about creating content and lead magnets and getting my IP in a form that can be utilized. And then I'm getting the VAs to do so I just sort of scratch out the bits, and then the VA designs things for me. And then I write a blog post and the VA's putting it up on the website. So I'm not mucking around with all the graphics and the fonts and the formatting and all of that sort of stuff. It's more just getting all the information out of my brain that's been sitting there for so long and getting it into a form that can be used.
Yeah, nice. So you're able to work in your genius zone.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say too is that with the 6-figure game plan, all the templates that you gave us of like what the opt-in page meant to look like and what the landing page is meant to look like and what the thank you page is meant to look like, I've just been able to like take a screenshot of that, send it to the VA, and then they just copy it. And so I haven't even had to explain as much as I normally would. So it's
nice. Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. So for anyone that's listening, that has sat here and listened to us for this long, well, first off, congratulations. Secondly, what kind of people or what kind of business owners do you think that this would be really suitable for?
Right. So I think this is really suited for people who know their stuff. They know that they've got a good product. And they are getting frustrated because they're not getting the results that they want. They're getting frustrated because they're not getting the traction that they think they should be getting. And for business owners who suffer from shiny object syndrome.
We do talk a little bit about that, don't we?
So Sam doesn't necessarily stop that, but she just tells you where to look. Like you have a tour guide again. She's like, look over here and do this one, and then look over here and do this one, instead of just going, oh my gosh, where?
Oh.
And the other thing too is, if you're like one of these people who loves to do learning and online courses and all the rest of it, I would definitely recommend signing up for this sort of course, because you can just give all of that back to all the people out there producing the content, because Sam's got such an amazing level of knowledge that she can just dial up whatever you need at any time. So I reckon, Sam, you're a little bit like those magic 8 balls from the 80s. They're like ones where you just shake them and you ask a question and you shake it and it comes an answer. That's exactly what you do.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Now, when people say, what do you do? I'm like a magic 8 ball.
A magic 8 ball for business owners. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Kate. I really appreciate it. So that's who you think that the course should be for, but there's always people that it's not suited for. So let's just not gloss over that, because it isn't suitable for everyone. Who do you think probably wouldn't get much out of doing this course?
I think if you're if you haven't got any sort of, like, if you're a brand newbie and you haven't got any idea where to start or any idea where to go, even though you talk about all of like that in the 6-figure game plan, I think that if you've just got a little bit of a start, so if you're like if you're rolling and you're moving, then it's probably better than if you just haven't done anything to start with. So it's not going to help you like get your business name registered and your finance system set up and all those tax file numbers and all that sort of stuff. It's not going to do that, but it's certainly going to help you work out who your clients are, how you're going to get to them, what you're going to offer them, and just go out and smash it.
Nice. Yes, that's what we want, smashing it.
Is people going to be able to get onto a webinar from here?
Yep.
Yep. So if this is just a special message just between you and me, not you, Sam, but you and me.
Okay, I'll just
is that if you are at a point in your business where you're getting so frustrated and you just have ever said to yourself, maybe I should just go back to work and get a job, please get on this webinar and find out about the 6-figure game plan from Sam, because for me, that was the difference between me going back to work or getting my business actually where it needs to be. All right.
Wow, gold right there. Oh my goodness. So
you can listen again now, Sam.
Guess what? I snuck in because that is so exciting. It's so exciting because as business owners, we do what we do because, you know, we talk about the freedom and we can make our own time, and sometimes it doesn't work out like that, right? Sometimes it can be very frustrating. There's no freedom. Start to think, what's wrong with me? So the fact that you have been able to dodge the employer bullet.
I love it.
Oh, congratulations. Oh.
Me and my potential former employees, thank you, Sam.
Thanks so much for your time, Kate. I really, really appreciate it.
No worries. See ya.
Thanks. And if you want to find out more about 6-figure game plan, then just click the link below. Have a look, learn more about what we do there, and I'd love to see you on the next intake. All right, ciao. Thanks, Kate.